Hey, what's going on, everybody? Been a little while, and I do apologize. Just been busy. Just wanted to throw a quick recap video together of things that have taken place this year and what is yet to come. So really appreciate everybody's time. Thanks for watching the video. If you have not already, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up. It really means a lot. So here's the recap. So as we know, back in May, I decided to leave my corporate job as a director of operations for North America. Just a quick on that. I've been with that company for 16 years. Really thought I was going to stay a long time and retire. I was very happy over those 16 years. But unfortunately with COVID and what 2020, 2021, and 2022 brought, it was just too much for me. Prior to COVID, the company I was working for was growing and expanding. We were hiring. We were just, couldn't do anything wrong. It was a great place to be, and a lot of opportunities, not just for myself, but for anybody that I hired. It was a great place to be a leader and mentor new managers. And unfortunately, when COVID hit, it ceased our operations for many weeks and months. And then once COVID was lifted, unfortunately, we saw a downturn in business, and it was just happened. And so through those years of late 2020, 2021, and 22, went from being in a position where I was promoting and mentoring and growing to the guy now who had to decide who stayed, who went. And it was just taxing. I ended up having to lay off 70% of our workforce, which included many managers that worked for me, people that I've hired, people that I've become very friendly with, people that I knew personally, and it was just very taxing on my soul, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So with no end in sight, late 2023, I decided during a meeting with my boss to just throw the proposal out there that it was time for a change at the company. It was time for a change for me, and I wanted to depart. So it took a few months to do so, and I ended up leaving in May, with June 1st being my last official day, and have technically been unemployed since. What I learned over the last, through 3-4 months is I am the happiest I've ever been. I'm the most relaxed I've ever been. I didn't realize how taxing it had become at the job, on not just physical, but my mental, and it has opened my eyes, and it's amazing. I tell everybody you can't put a price on being stress-free and being happy. I didn't realize that until now. So since leaving in May, I went up to I took a cruise with Mike, Big Mike, on the Conquest in May. That was kind of that going away party that him and I took. We had a great time, met up with some friends of ours, Rashida and Tanisha, and it was quite the adventure. And then once I got back from that, I went to Mom's up in Ohio, spent some time at the farm, spent some time traveling around Northeast Ohio and Central Ohio, and just had a great time visiting with family and just spending time out in the country and just away from it all. Mom and I then drove down to Raleigh-Durham to meet up with my uncle, and we dropped my grandmother off so that Mom and I could then continue on to Florida. We stopped in Wilmington for a long weekend, enjoyed ourselves there a lot, and then ended up back in Florida. Once we got to Florida, we spent a couple of weeks down here going to the beach. I took her up and she saw a rocket launch. And then ultimately, Mom and I boarded the Carnival Celebration for a 7-day cruise. Her first time taking a cruise and going outside the country that required a passport. We had a fantastic time on that. Mom has the bug. She's already asking about future dates and when we can take another cruise, and looking at hopefully linking up with Mom and her friend Betsy for a February cruise. So that would be very nice. Hang on. Where do we press it? In the pee hole. Once Mom and I got back from that cruise, we spent a few more days at my house in Florida, and then we headed back up to Mom's. Mom and I did a couple winery tours through the country and out in the Amish country, and then ultimately spent my mom's birthday with her, and then headed home the next day. Drove straight home in one day. Just wanted to get home, and since then I have been ultimately just doing some honey-do lists that my wife has put together for me, and just taking care of some things here at the house and that needed to be taken care of. So that's kind of the recap where we're at. Feeling wise, I feel better than I've ever have. Mentally, I feel great, and it's just been very eye-opening for me. So what's yet to come? So my wife and I are going to be boarding the Carnival Mardi Gras here in a couple weeks for an 8-day cruise. Hopefully we make it out to San Juan and St. Thomas. That's where we're headed out that way. When we get back from that, my wife and I will be home for just a few days, a week, and then we are boarding another cruise with her mom and dad, and of course Big Mike and his daughter will be joining us as well. That'll be for 4 days. We'll be heading out on the Carnival Glory. When I get back from that, I'll be home then again for, I don't know, week and a half, and then I'm heading up to Helen, Georgia to meet up with a friend of mine for an Oktoberfest festival. We're doing a long weekend. We'll do some hiking, some sightseeing, and ultimately you go to an Oktoberfest festival and drink beer, so there'll be a lot of consumption of beer and music and just German food. So we're looking really forward to that as well. Come back from that, I'll be home a couple weeks, and then... Hey, Joe from the editing room. Real quick, just wanted to add in that have another quick update that didn't make my recap, and that is Mike and I have booked another cruise in middle of October for a quick 3-dayer again on the Carnival Glory. So we're going to board that ship, and then we'll be home 5 days, and then we're headed off to Halloween. So sorry for the interruption. Big Mike and I are boarding the Carnival Horizon, and we'll be gone for 8 days. That'll take us down to Aruba and Carousel and couple stops in Grand Turk, so that one's going to be fun. That's the Halloween cruise. Not too sure what we're doing as far as costumes this year. I can tell you, last year burnt me out with the costume I had being Buzz Lightyear. That costume was a pain just to wear. I mean, it required 2 people to get me into it, required 2 people to get me out of it. If I had to use the bathroom, it required Mike having to come, help me, because I just could not get in and out of it by myself. So we'll do that cruise, and we'll have Halloween, and then when I come back from that, we'll be in November. So obviously I come back from that cruise, and hopefully by then I will be a grandpa. My daughter is expected sometime to have our grandson in October, so hopefully when I get back from that, I'll be able to spend some time with family and just hang out with them and help her in any way she needs, and get through the holidays. And then start really ultimately thinking about what's next. Next year, we already have a cruise booked for February, and obviously there'll be more added on to that. But, what's next? What do I want to do from a point of, making an income? I can't stay retired at 48 years old forever. I do have to get back in the workforce, but not in the capacity that I was in before. I've got some things going on. Partner in a business that we've started, but we've done nothing with. So there's a few things that I need to work on, and looking really forward to just taking that next step. So again, appreciate everybody's time. Thanks. And at the end of this video, 2 Fridays ago, I took my niece and her boyfriend up to the Space Center up in Port Canaveral. And we spent the day at the Space Center. So here's some clips from what we recorded there. Had a great time and greatly appreciated their company. So until next time, y'all, next video will be probably from the Mardi Gras. I'll be doing some recording on there. And so look forward to those. Appreciate it. And as always, love one another. Let's be kind to each other. There's no reason not to.